Yo, what's cracking YouTube? This is Randall Stroud, and today I'm going to tell you something that someone should have told you a long time ago, and that is life is a test. It's not a vacation. This life is not a vacation. You were not born, you were not put on this earth to hang out at the beach and sip mimosas. You were not put on this earth to go to the club on the weekends and go woo and hook up with random girls or random guys or whatever. Now, if you've done those things, I'm not mad at you. If you've done those things or you do those things occasionally, I understand. Everybody needs a break from reality. I get it. But you were not put on this earth to watch Netflix or to look at cat videos on YouTube all day long. But again, I get it. We all need a break from reality sometimes with guilty pleasures. But I'm going to tell you something. Your ancestors did not sacrifice their lives so that you could do those things. They sacrificed so that you could continue your bloodline and to do something big and great and powerful. That's why they sacrificed, so that you could be here. Your job on this earth is to get things done. This life is a test. It's a test. It is a test. And the reason why you're here is to continue your bloodline and to connect with God at a 3D level and to bring honor to your ancestors. That's why you're here. That is why you're here. If you want to get a college degree, get one, but ask yourself, why are you getting it? Are you getting it just so you can get a good job, so that you can travel and watch more Netflix? Or are you getting a college degree so that you can afford to have a family and get a better job and put your children through school and continue your bloodline? Do you want to travel to another country? Sure, but why? Are you wanting to just go for pleasure and curiosity, or do you actually want to enhance yourself? Do you want to travel to this place to learn a skill, to connect with a person? Is there some deeper reason, or are you just floating through life? Are you just chasing your tail like a dog and just, oh, look at that shiny rock over there. Let me go see what that is. Oh, I'm bored. Let me go see what that shiny rock is. Oh, this is nice. Oh, I'm bored again. Let me go see what that is. That's ADHD, attention deficit disorder. And a lot of us have it these days. Find out what your mission is in life and go do it. Go have children. Go do something with your life that makes you a legend. But just going to college and getting a degree and then partying on the weekends and bragging on Instagram with your vacation photos every few months, that's not life. Or, I'm going to spend my 20s hooking up with as many people as I can, and then once I'm 30 or 35, I'll settle down and get married. That's not the way life works, because it can take years to meet the right person. So whenever you turn 30 or 35, someone's not just going to magically show up in your life and say, oh, you're 35 years old or you're 30, I'm here to marry you. That's not the way life works. So people, if you're 19, 20 years old and you're listening to this video, what I can say is plan for the next 20 years of your life. Stop wasting time on vapid people and vapid pursuits. If you don't know what vapid means, then Google it. There ain't no shame in your game. If you don't know, you don't know. Vapid, V-A-P-I-D, vapid. Most people are vapid today. Go read the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible. Even if you're not a Christian, that book shows us King Solomon, who was the wealthiest man who's ever lived. He had all the women, all the money, all the pleasures, and in the end, he realized it was all just temporary pleasure that meant nothing at the end of the day. How many of us are endlessly chasing mindless pursuits? Most of us are living meaningless lives. Oh, I'm 40 years old and I'm a cat mother and I have 2 cats and here's my box of wine and I'm going to go hang out and have a girls' night. You're 40 years old. What the hell have you been doing with your life? Where's your children? Where's your family? Have you cured cancer? Like, what have you been doing your whole life? Just traveling and partying and just, hooking up with guys? Same thing for you fellas. You're 40 years old and you've done nothing. You've done nothing but exist. Stop existing and start conquering. You have testosterone for a reason in your body. That testosterone is the conquering hormone. It is meant to drive you to succeed and to get things done. Life is not a vacation, it's a test. And most of us are failing miserably. So if you're 19 years old and you're listening to this, what I can say is ignore all of the time wasters. Netflix, girls and guys that don't want to be serious about marriage and relationships. Focus on your body and your money and going to church. Travel to as many countries as you need to in order to find the right girl or the right guy or the right job. But don't just travel just for the hell of it. Everything that you do it with a purpose. Stop wasting your money. Stop wasting your energy. Everything that you do for a purpose and plan for the long term. Plan 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years into the future. And if you want to go even further than that, plan 1,000 years into the future. That's what I'm doing. I'm planning for multiple generations in the future. When my children Google my name 1,000 years from now, if Google is still a thing, but even if it's not, they're going to find their ancestor, their great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, Randall Stroud. Oh, wow, he did some amazing things. He's inspiring. His blood lives inside of me. It's all about legacy, and it's all about family honor. So let me ask you all one question, whether you're male or female. What you're doing right now with your life, would your ancestors say, man, I'm glad that I sacrificed and worked hard because my descendant is making me proud? Or would they say, man, this is what I sacrificed for? My descendant is some loser that just lives for pleasure and is doing nothing to continue the family honor? Don't make your ancestors roll in their graves. Make them proud. My last name is Stroud, and I'm proud of that name. And I'm going to restore honor to that name, Stroud, and I'm going to make sure everyone in the whole world knows that the last name Stroud is associated with strong, principled men. Same thing for my mother's side. My grandfather, his name was Watkins. I'm also going to bring honor to that name as well. Watkins and Stroud. Everything's about legacy. I wish I realized this sooner, but better late than never. So that brings me to my next point. If you're 30, 35, 40, and you're listening to this video and you haven't got your life together, this video is even more important for you. I don't care if you got to work 3 jobs. I don't care if you have to, hand out business cards every single day, knock on doors. You need to get your life together now, within the next 6 months to a year maximum. You've got to put your foot to the pedal and you've got to get shit done now. If you're 25 years old, if you're 19, yeah, you can still mess around a little bit and make some mistakes. But once you hit 30, people don't feel sorry for you anymore. They're like, you should know by now. You should kind of know by now what's important. But if you're 30 years old and you're still playing these teenage games, people start losing sympathy for you, especially once you hit 35. They're like, dude, 35, you're going to be middle-aged in a few more years, like you should really know by now. So people, get your shit together, grow up, and stop playing these games. It's not a good look when you're 40 years old and you're still posting on Instagram selfies at the club. Your ancestors are rolling in their graves. Go do something with your life. Be productive. Good luck.